Morning erections are often laughed about or dismissed as something trivial, yet in truth they carry a profound message about the state of a man's health. Morning wood, as it's commonly called, is not simply a reflex of the body or a random occurrence. It is the body's natural way of signaling that everything is working as it should, from the cardiovascular system to the hormones, to the nervous system that regulates arousal and blood flow. When a man wakes up in the morning with this response, it is like a green light from the body, a powerful confirmation that circulation is strong, hormones are balanced, and vitality is alive. That is why the absence of morning erections, particularly when it becomes a pattern, is not just about intimacy. It's a warning sign that the body is struggling in some deeper way. Understanding this is essential because morning erections are directly tied to blood flow. Erections occur when blood vessels in the penis relax and open up, allowing blood to rush in and become trapped, creating firmness. This process depends heavily on the health of your arteries and your heart. If blood flow is blocked or circulation is weak, erections will suffer and morning wood will diminish. That means every morning you wake up with this sign. Your cardiovascular system is quietly confirming that it's functioning well. On the other hand, if you notice this sign fading, it may be the body's way of nudging you to pay attention to your lifestyle, your diet, your sleep, your stress, and your exercise habits. But beyond circulation, there's the role of hormones, particularly testosterone. Testosterone production peaks during sleep, especially in the early hours of the morning. This is why morning erections are so common in younger men, and why their absence in older men can reflect hormonal decline. Healthy testosterone levels support not only intimacy and fertility, but also energy, muscle strength, and emotional resilience. When morning wood is present, it is a visible reflection that testosterone is cycling properly and your body's rhythms are in balance. The reverse is also true. When morning erections disappear, it may mean your hormonal system needs nurturing and care. Morning wood is also a sign of restorative sleep. Erections during the night and early morning are tied to the deepest, most healing stages of sleep, particularly REM sleep. When your body slips into this stage, your brain releases signals that trigger erections multiple times throughout the night. This is natural, and it is your body's way of exercising those blood vessels, keeping them healthy, elastic, and strong. If you wake up without this pattern, it may be due to poor sleep quality, sleep apnea, stress, or even late night habits that rob the body of restorative rest. So again, it is not just about intimacy. It is the body pointing out that sleep, which fuels healing and hormonal balance, needs improvement. The encouraging truth is that morning wood is not limited to the young. Many men assume that after a certain age, these natural signs of health should fade away. But that's not true. Even men in their 60s, 70s, or 80s can and do experience morning erections if they care for their health. The body has an extraordinary ability to repair, restore, and respond when given the right nourishment. This means that by improving blood flow, balancing hormones, reducing stress, and improving sleep, men of any age can reignite this natural marker of vitality. It's not about chasing youth, it's about embracing health. The absence of morning erections should not bring shame, but rather motivation. It is a call to take action, to reevaluate what you eat, how you move, how well you rest, and what habits you've allowed into your daily life. Think of it as a dashboard warning light in your car when it comes on. You don't ignore it. You look under the hood. The same is true for your body. It is telling you that adjustments are needed, and the sooner you respond, the quicker you'll restore balance and energy. Morning wood should be celebrated as a sign of life, energy, and wellness. It means your heart is pumping strongly, your blood vessels are clear, your hormones are firing, and your sleep is deep and restorative. It is not a laughing matter or a trivial occurrence. It is a diagnostic tool your body offers freely every morning without the need for machines, lab tests, or doctor's visits. Respect it, observe it, and use it as a motivation to care for yourself. If it's missing, take it seriously, but don't lose hope. The body is adaptable, and with the right choices, this natural sign of health can return, even in later years. So when you think about morning wood, don't just think of it as a private matter. Think of it as the body's language, speaking directly to you about the state of your health. It's the daily report card that reflects your heart, your hormones, your sleep, and your vitality. If it's there, rejoice. If it's not, take action, because age does not have to steal it, and your future does not have to be defined by decline. With wisdom, discipline, and small changes, you can preserve it and enjoy the confidence, energy, and health it represents for many years to come. Healthy fats have long been misunderstood. For years, people were told that fats were the enemy, the cause of heart problems and weight gain. But science has since revealed the truth. Not all fats are created equal. The body thrives on the right kind of fats, and these are essential for vitality, energy, and especially hormonal balance. When it comes to male health, particularly intimacy and performance, healthy fats are not just a nutritional bonus. They are a necessity. They are the very building blocks of testosterone, the hormone that fuels strength, stamina, confidence, and yes, morning erections. Without these fats, the body struggles to maintain optimal hormone production, blood flow, and cell health, leaving men vulnerable to decline much earlier than necessary. The oils rich in these healthy fats, such as olive oil, flaxseed oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil, carry compounds that act like natural medicine for the body. Take olive oil, for example. This simple kitchen staple is loaded with monounsaturated fats and antioxidants, which not only protect the heart but also support better circulation throughout the body. Since erections are primarily a blood flow event, improving vascular health through olive oil means improving performance. Flaxseed oil, with its powerful omega-3 fatty acids, reduces inflammation in the arteries, keeps them flexible, and allows blood to travel freely, nourishing every part of the body, including sexual organs. These aren't empty calories. These are nature's tools for restoring strength from the inside out. Hormones tell another part of the story. Testosterone is made from cholesterol, a type of fat. But not all cholesterol is bad. Your body needs the good kind, and it comes directly from consuming healthy fats. When men cut out all fats in fear of heart disease, they inadvertently cut off the very supply their body needs to produce testosterone. The result is fatigue, weakness, low libido, and diminished performance. On the other hand, when men embrace healthy fats in moderation, they fuel their endocrine system, allowing it to create steady levels of testosterone. That's why a single tablespoon of nutrient-rich oil before bed is not just a dietary choice. It's an investment in hormonal health that pays dividends in the form of vitality, energy, and restored confidence. Healthy fats also interact with the nervous system. Nerve cells in the brain and body are coated with a fatty layer called myelin, which protects signals as they travel from one cell to another. Without enough high-quality fats, this protective layer weakens, slowing down communication. But when the body is nourished with omega-3s and other fatty acids, those signals become sharp, efficient, and strong. This matters for intimacy because erections require a delicate dance of signals between the brain and the body. Healthy fats ensure that the messages travel quickly and clearly, reducing delay and dysfunction. Sleep is another hidden benefit tied to healthy fats. Oils like flaxseed and coconut oil not only support the heart and hormones, but also improve the brain's ability to regulate sleep. Omega-3s play a role in producing serotonin and melatonin, the chemicals that guide the body into deep rest. When sleep improves, testosterone production rises naturally during the night, setting the stage for stronger morning erections and more stable energy levels throughout the day. That's why taking a tablespoon of oil before bed is such a powerful ritual. It works while you sleep, aligning your hormones, protecting your heart, and restoring your energy. It's important to understand that the body doesn't run on one single nutrient. It thrives on balance. Healthy fats work best when combined with a diet rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. They act as carriers for fat, soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are crucial for reproductive health, energy, and immune strength. Without fats, those vitamins cannot be absorbed properly, and the body misses out on their benefits. So, every time you add a drizzle of olive oil to your salad or blend avocado into your smoothie, you are not just eating, you are unlocking nutrients that fuel vitality. Many men in their 50s, 60s, or even 80s assume that decline is inevitable. They think their bodies can no longer produce what they once did. But science and countless real-life examples show otherwise. The body is designed to respond to nourishment at any age. It does not forget how to heal or how to thrive. It simply needs the right inputs. Healthy fats are one of those key inputs. They don't just slow down decline, they reverse it. They open arteries, support testosterone, protect the brain, and ignite the signals that produce energy and performance. The lesson here is simple. Do not fear fats, but embrace the right ones. Recognize that a spoonful of the right oil before bed is more than a small habit. It is a declaration that you are choosing to restore your vitality instead of surrendering to decline. It is a choice to nourish your body instead of starving it. It is a daily act of discipline that builds momentum over time, creating results that no pill or quick fix can replicate. When you make healthy fats a priority, you give your body the fuel it needs to restore balance, power, and life. So let every drop of olive oil, every spoonful of flaxseed oil, every taste of avocado be a reminder that health is within your reach. Your body is not against you. It is waiting for you to give it what it needs. And when you do, you will find that age does not have to rob you of energy, confidence, or performance. The return of vitality is not a dream. It is a decision. And it starts with something as simple as embracing the role of healthy fats. Life is not changed overnight by grand gestures, but by the small things you choose to do every single day. Simple, daily rituals are often the dividing line between those who stay strong, youthful, and full of energy, and those who slowly surrender to decline. When it comes to men's health and vitality, especially in the area of intimacy and confidence, daily habits matter more than any quick fix. A single spoonful of the right oil before bed, a few minutes of stretching in the morning, a commitment to drinking enough water. These may look small, almost insignificant. Yet these rituals are the seeds that grow into powerful transformation, because consistency turns little acts into life-changing results. The human body thrives on routine. Hormones, blood circulation, energy levels, and even sleep cycles all follow patterns. When you build healthy rituals into your day, you create a rhythm that your body learns to trust. For example, making it a nightly ritual to take 1 tablespoon of oil before bed signals to your body that nourishment is coming. And over time, it uses that steady supply to restore hormones, support blood vessels, and fuel natural processes. What seems like a minor act is in reality a message to your body. I am giving you what you need to stay alive and strong. The body responds to that commitment with healing, balance, and vitality. Think of rituals as bricks. 1 brick on its own is small, but when laid one after another with patience, they form a solid wall that can withstand storms. The same is true for health. You cannot expect one workout or one healthy meal to transform you. But when you repeat the action daily, when you lay down the bricks without skipping, the structure of your health becomes unshakable. Morning wood returns, energy rises, confidence builds not because of a single act, but because of the power of steady repetition. One of the biggest mistakes men make is looking for miracles instead of discipline. They want the pill, the instant result, the overnight fix. But the body is not a machine that can be forced into permanent repair in a single night. It is living, growing, and constantly adapting. What you give it consistently shapes how it responds. That is why rituals matter more than intensity. The man who quietly and consistently makes small, healthy choices will outlast the man who chases after big promises, but never follows through. Daily rituals also shape the mind. They build confidence and discipline. When you commit to something as simple as a spoonful of healthy oil before bed, you are training yourself to honor promises to your body. That discipline spills over into other areas of your life, your relationships, your career, your fitness, and your peace of mind. You prove to yourself day after day that you are capable of commitment, and that quiet strength builds into visible confidence. Confidence, in turn, fuels performance, and performance feeds back into confidence. It is a cycle that begins with the simplest of choices. The beauty of rituals is that they don't require you to be perfect. You don't have to completely overhaul your life in one day. You simply need to begin with one small, intentional act and build on it. For one man, it may be the spoonful of oil before bed. For another, it may be cutting out late night sugar or walking 20 minutes after dinner. Over time, these daily practices compound. Just as interest grows in a savings account, health multiplies with consistent deposits of good habits. What looks like a small effort at first turns into lasting strength and resilience. Another power of rituals is how they simplify decision making. Once something becomes a ritual, you no longer debate with yourself whether to do it or not. It becomes automatic, a part of your identity. You no longer say, "Should I take care of myself tonight?" Instead, you act because it's who you are, a man who values his health, his strength, and his future. That shift from choice to identity is what guarantees results, because the ritual is no longer something you try to remember. It is something you cannot imagine skipping. Age is not the enemy of vitality, neglect is. Men in their 60s, 70s, or even 80s who live by consistent daily rituals often outperform younger men who neglect their bodies. The body responds to nourishment, no matter the age. It does not retire, it does not give up, unless you stop feeding it what it needs. A nightly spoonful of oil, a steady sleep schedule, daily movement, and mindful eating, these rituals are not luxuries. They are investments that pay back with renewed energy, restored performance, and a stronger sense of self. So never underestimate the power of simple, daily rituals. They may not look dramatic, they may not grab attention, but they create quiet revolutions inside your body. They heal, restore, and strengthen you from the inside out. Each ritual is a declaration that you are not giving up, that you still have fire within you, and that you value your health enough to protect it daily. The return of morning wood, the restoration of energy, the rebuilding of confidence, these are not accidents. They are the rewards of consistency. Small acts repeated daily become the very foundation of vitality, even when the years have piled up. Sleep is not just rest, it is the body's most powerful medicine. Every night, as you close your eyes and drift into deep rest, your body enters a sacred process of repair, renewal, and hormonal regulation. Without restorative sleep, no amount of supplements, exercise, or diet can fully compensate. And when it comes to intimacy and vitality, the quality of your sleep is often the hidden factor that determines whether your energy, confidence, and natural rhythms thrive or slowly fade. Restorative sleep is where testosterone is produced, where growth hormone is released, and where your body resets the very systems that fuel erections and overall health. If you want to reclaim strength, endurance, and the return of morning wood, it begins with honoring the power of sleep. During deep sleep, particularly in the stages known as REM and slow wave sleep, the body releases a surge of hormones. Testosterone production, which fuels libido, muscle strength, and stamina, peaks during the night and early morning hours. Men who sleep deeply for 7 to 9 hours consistently have higher testosterone levels compared to those who cut their sleep short. This is why disrupted sleep patterns, late night scrolling, or sleep apnea can quietly rob men of their vitality without them realizing the connection. You may think lack of sleep just makes you tired, but in reality, it erodes the very foundation of your hormonal balance. Without enough restorative rest, testosterone drops, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises, and the body loses its natural rhythm. The result is fatigue, lower confidence, weaker performance, and the fading of morning erections. Restorative sleep also restores balance to other critical hormones. Growth hormone, often called the body's repair hormone, is secreted at its highest levels during deep sleep. This hormone repairs tissues, strengthens muscles, and keeps metabolism running smoothly. Without it, recovery slows down, energy drains, and even blood circulation weakens. Melatonin, another hormone tied to sleep, not only regulates your sleep-wake cycle, but also acts as a powerful antioxidant, protecting your blood vessels and supporting your reproductive system. When sleep is sacrificed, all of these hormones fall out of sync, and the body can no longer perform with the same vigor. The link between sleep and erections is especially fascinating. Men naturally experience several erections during REM sleep, which serve as a kind of exercise for the blood vessels in the penis. These nighttime and morning erections are nature's way of keeping tissues healthy, elastic, and functional. When sleep quality suffers, these natural processes stop happening as often. Over time, the lack of this nightly exercise leads to weaker circulation and diminished function. So when morning wood fades, it is not just a sign of age. It is often a sign that sleep has been compromised, whether by stress, lifestyle, or medical conditions like sleep apnea. The good news is that restorative sleep can be rebuilt, even after years of neglect. It begins with creating rituals that prepare the body for deep rest. Simple habits like reducing screen time before bed, keeping your room cool and dark, and avoiding heavy meals late at night can make a world of difference. Even adding a tablespoon of healthy oil before sleep can nourish the body with fats that help regulate hormones and support nighttime repair. These small actions may not feel dramatic, but when repeated consistently, they signal to your body that it is safe to let go, to restore, and to replenish during the night. Stress management is another key. High cortisol levels not only keep you awake at night, but also directly compete with testosterone, lowering its production. Practices like deep breathing, evening walks, journaling, or prayer before bed can calm the mind and reduce stress hormones, creating the perfect environment for testosterone to rise naturally. During sleep, by protecting your peace at night, you protect your vitality in the morning. Age is often blamed for poor sleep, but in reality, it is lifestyle that steals rest. Caffeine late in the day, alcohol before bed, endless stimulation from screens, and neglect of bedtime routines all contribute to shallow, fragmented sleep. Yet when these obstacles are removed, men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond often experience dramatic improvements in energy, testosterone, and sexual function. The body has not forgotten how to restore itself. It simply needs the opportunity. Restorative sleep is not a luxury. It is the foundation of vitality. Without it, hormones collapse, energy fades, and confidence withers. With it, everything comes back into balance. Testosterone rises, blood flow strengthens, erections return, and the spirit feels renewed. The proof is often seen in the morning. When you wake with energy, clarity, and the natural sign of morning wood, it is your body confirming that sleep has done its job. When you wake without it, it is not a reason for shame, but a call to action to respect rest, to rebuild habits, and to allow the body to heal as it was designed. So never underestimate the power of sleep. Do not dismiss it as optional or secondary. It is the silent engine of your vitality, the nightly medicine your body craves. Treat it with respect, guard it with discipline, and value it as much as food or exercise, because in those hours of rest the body is not idle. It is working harder than ever to restore you. And when you give yourself the gift of restorative sleep, your hormones rise, your strength returns, and your confidence shines again, no matter your age. Too many men believe that age automatically cancels out their vitality, that once they cross a certain decade, their strength, their drive, and their intimacy must inevitably fade away. This belief is not only false, it is dangerous because it convinces men to surrender long before their bodies truly decline. Age is not the end of function. The body does not suddenly forget how to heal, how to respond, or how to thrive simply because more birthdays have passed. What really cancels function is neglect, poor diet, lack of movement, unmanaged stress, and giving up on the small habits that keep the body alive and strong. When men understand that the body is designed to respond to care and nourishment at any age, they break free from the lie that age equals weakness. Science has shown repeatedly that men well into their 60s, 70s, and even 80s can restore function and vitality when they fuel their bodies with the right habits. Testosterone, while naturally declining with age, does not vanish. It can be supported through nutrition, sleep, exercise, and healthy fats that provide the raw materials for hormone production. Blood vessels may stiffen over time, but they can also regain elasticity when nourished with omega-3s, antioxidants, and consistent physical activity. The nervous system may slow, but it sharpens again when protected by the right nutrients and mental stimulation. The truth is simple. Age does not erase these functions. It only means the body requires greater attention and discipline to keep them alive. Look at the men who stay active, who walk daily, who eat nourishing foods, who sleep deeply, and who value small rituals like a tablespoon of healthy oil before bed. They are often more vibrant and capable than men half their age who live recklessly. Their bodies respond to the care they give, proving that decline is not a matter of years but of habits. You can see it in their energy, in their posture, in their clarity of mind, and in their ability to maintain intimacy. These men show the world that the years may pass, but function remains when you choose to fight for it. Morning erections, often seen as a symbol of youth, are one of the clearest examples that age does not have to cancel function. While it is true they may become less frequent with time, many older men still experience them because they continue to support their circulation, their sleep, and their hormones. When these areas are nourished, the body continues to produce the signs of health, regardless of whether you are 40 or 80. If you have lost them, it is not a sentence, it is a signal. It is your body telling you to pay attention, to make changes, to restore the balance that time and lifestyle may have disrupted. Age brings wisdom, and with that wisdom comes the power to make better choices. In youth, many men neglect their health and get away with it. But in later years, the consequences of neglect show quickly. Yet this is not a curse, it is an opportunity. Because when you make a change at 60 or 70, your body responds faster than you think. Your arteries clear, your energy rises, your sleep deepens, and your hormones balance. Every choice matters more with age, and every consistent act of self-care brings visible results. That is not decline. That is proof of your body's resilience. There are countless stories of men who discovered this truth late in life. Men who, after being told their best years were behind them, chose to shift their diet, move more, sleep better, and fuel their bodies with healthy fats and nutrients. Within months, they regained strength, restored their intimacy, and found a confidence they thought was lost forever. These men prove that the calendar is not the master of vitality, discipline, and care are. Age did not cancel their function, neglect did. And once neglect was replaced with nourishment, their bodies came back to life. The greatest danger of believing age cancels function is the hopelessness it breeds. When a man accepts decline as inevitable, he stops trying. He stops eating right, stops moving, stops caring, and his body reflects that surrender. But the opposite is just as true. When a man decides that age will not rob him, when he commits to daily rituals that feed his strength, his body responds. Muscles grow even in the 70s, blood vessels clear, hormones rise, and performance returns. The body does not punish discipline. It rewards it at every stage of life. So do not let age define you. Do not surrender your strength or your confidence to a number. See each birthday not as proof of decline, but as a reminder of how much your body has carried you, and how much it can still give you if you choose to care for it. Take the spoonful of oil before bed, walk in the morning, sleep deeply, reduce stress, and feed your body with what it needs. These are not just habits, they are weapons against decline. They are the proof that you can remain strong, vital, and intimate at any age. The truth is clear. Age does not cancel function, neglect does. Your body is waiting for you to decide, waiting for you to fuel it, to rest it, to move it, to discipline it. When you do, it responds with energy, strength, and vitality that defy the years. Let the world see not a man diminished by age, but a man refined by it, sharper, stronger, and more resilient than before. Because age is not your enemy. It is simply the stage on which you prove that vitality belongs to those who choose it. Consistency is the backbone of every lasting transformation in life, whether in health, relationships, or personal goals. When it comes to reclaiming vitality, especially something as intimate as restoring morning erections, people often search for miracles, instant fixes, magic pills, or overnight solutions. But the truth is, the human body is designed to respond not to sudden, short-lived attempts but to steady, repeated signals of care and nourishment. Consistency, more than anything else, is what separates temporary hope from long-term victory. Taking a tablespoon of healthy oil before bed isn't just about the action itself, but about building a pattern of self-respect and dedication that compounds over time. Think of the body like a garden. If you plant seeds but water them only once, you cannot expect fruit. But if you water them daily, tend to the soil, and give them sunlight, the garden flourishes. The same is true with your health. One spoonful of oil or one night of sleep won't change your life, but doing it every night builds a foundation. Slowly, circulation improves, hormones balance, and the body begins to trust that it's being cared for. And as this rhythm continues, morning wood, the natural signal of male health, returns not as a one-time event, but as a reliable reflection of a body restored. Consistency also strengthens the mind. Every time you follow through on a small ritual, like taking your oil before bed, you're training yourself in discipline. And discipline is freedom. It frees you from the despair of wondering if you'll ever feel young again. It breaks the cycle of trying something for a week, giving up, and declaring that nothing works. Instead, consistency builds momentum, and momentum creates change. That tablespoon of oil becomes more than a nutrient. It becomes a reminder that you are investing in yourself daily, no matter how small the step. The science supports this truth. Hormonal balance, vascular health, and restorative sleep are not built overnight. Testosterone, nitric oxide, and energy regulation thrive when the body is nourished repeatedly, not randomly. Oils rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and supportive compounds work gradually, layering protection against inflammation and fueling the cardiovascular system. This cannot happen in a single night. It's the result of accumulation. Just as you didn't lose function in a day, you won't restore it in a day. But through steady effort, your body rewrites the story you thought was already finished. Consistency is also powerful because it proves that age doesn't have the final word. Too many men surrender when they reach 60, 70, or even 80, believing that decline is permanent, but the body is more resilient than you imagine. It's always listening, always adapting to the inputs you provide. If you show it care day after day, it responds. Morning erections begin to return not because of luck, but because you committed to showing up for yourself every night without fail. The world tries to sell you quick fixes, but miracles fade as quickly as they come. True strength is built in silence, in the unnoticed repetition of good choices. That oil before bed may not look dramatic, but it is a quiet revolution. It's a daily statement that you are not giving up, that your story isn't over, and that you believe in the possibility of renewal. Over weeks and months, that belief transforms into evidence as your body rewards you with vitality, energy, and the unmistakable sign of morning wood. So let go of chasing instant solutions and embrace the power of consistency. It may seem small, almost too simple to matter, but remember that great mountains are shaped by tiny drops of water falling again and again. In the same way, your health, your confidence, and your manhood can be restored not by a single grand gesture, but by steady faithfulness to a daily ritual. Consistency doesn't just return function. It rebuilds hope, reclaims youth, and proves that miracles don't happen once. They happen every day you choose to keep going.